Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present a paper which is one of the assignments of my ISDM course. So let me start presenting the paper. My name is Paramik Dasgupta and I will be presenting the paper now. Let me share my screen. So hello everyone. So today I'm going to present the paper which is called Investigating IT Faculty Resistance to Learning Management System Adoption Using Latent Variables in an Acceptance Technology Model. The authors of the paper are Fatiha, Bousbahi and Saleh Alrazgan, and it is presented by me, Paramik Dasgupta. The contents of the paper include research problem and challenges, research hypothesis, research summary, research methodology, the conclusion of the results and the opinion, and the key factors on technology acceptance and user resistance and application of it in my work or my project. The research problem stated in the paper focuses on understanding the reasons behind the lower usage rate of LMS or learning management systems for teaching and learning among faculty members. The study helps to analyze the relationship of faculty members using LMS while offering blended learning courses. The study also investigates the corresponding between the faculty usage of LMS and the variables such as motivation, organization support, load, anxiety, perceived usefulness, and perceived ease of use. So the challenges that are found in the paper for in resistance to user resistance to IS implementation are around 6, which include the lack of training courses for faculty members on how to use LMS tools for design courses, lack of experience of instructors on using LMS for facilitating asynchronous discussion groups or administering online quizzes using LMS. There are less empirical study conducted to determine the relationship of faculty members and LMS use with personal factors such as motivation, anxiety, perceived usefulness of LMS, perceived ease of use, and organization support. There is anxiety in using LMS, which influences users' perceived ease of use of information systems. The performance and effort expectancy are also challenges to determine the acceptance of users to use LMS. And other factors are computer anxiety, self-efficacy, prior experience, task complexity. These are also some of the challenges to adapting to the use of LMS. There are 4 research hypotheses as stated in the paper, which are an increase of positive organization support, perceived usefulness, perceived use, and reduced load anxiety towards Blackboard, which is the LMS, will lead to a statistically significant increase in motivation variable. An increase of positive motivation, organizational support, perceived usefulness, and perceived ease of use of using Blackboard will lead to statistically significant reduction in load anxiety among the IT faculty. An increase of positive motivation, perceived usefulness, reduced load anxiety, and perceived ease of use towards Blackboard will lead to a statistically significant increase in organizational support. An increase of positive motivation, organizational support, reduced load anxiety, and perceived ease of use towards Blackboard will lead to a statistically significant increase in perceived usefulness. So the research summary is that the research is about investigating the correspondence between the faculty usage of LMS and the personal variables such as motivation, load anxiety, support, perceived usefulness, and perceived ease of use. The research thus aims to identify the reasons for lower rate of usage of LMS for teaching and learning within the IT department of King Saud University in Saudi Arabia. The study will use a part of the TAM model, the technology acceptance model, to study the variables that affect the acceptance of LMS among the faculty members. TAM2 is another model, which is an extension of TAM, which is seen to identify the elements that influence the perceived usefulness and the intentions to use technology using 2 constructs, which are social influence and cognitive instrumental process. Other theories include the UTAAUT, or the Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology model, which uses other determinants such as intention use, performance expectancy, effort expectancies, and social influences to facilitate behavioral conditions for usage. Other models include the MAM, or the Motivation and Acceptance model. So the study, to summarize, thus investigates the resistance of faculty members to using LMS throughout the usage of various constructs, since there is no unique model that effectively applies to all constructs. The research methodology here used is that 20 responses were received from 50 faculty members, having a response rate of around 40%. Blackboard was used as the main LMS, or the only LMS for the IT department at King Saud University. The surveys were later entered into an SPSS software of version 16 to perform analysis using Cronbach's alpha, regression, and descriptive statistics. The data analytics was done in 2 stages. The first stage involved testing the various variables, and the second stage involved testing the dependent variables from the external variables using regression. The result of the first stage is shown in table 2, which includes the various variables, and Cronbach's alpha was used to measure the internal consistency using reliability analysis function in SPSH. The results are shown in the table here. The research methodology of also continues. In the table 4, it validates the constructs: motivation, load, anxiety, organizational support, perceived ease of use, and perceived usefulness. The table shows the relationship between the dependent variables and the independent variables and the significance of each using the p-values, which is shown in the figure here. It also shows the R square values, and the highest being 0.789 here, which signifies that load, anxiety, PU, PEOU, and support have larger impact on the faculty perception of Blackboard more than the individual variable does. The results can be seen here in the figure here as shown in the left side. To conclude, or the results obtained from the paper are around 5, which shows that adaptation to the TAM model provides better results on latent variables and the relationship among them. Motivation influences PEOU and support influences motivation, and these factors influence the most LMS acceptance among the IT faculties. Motivation, organizational support, ease of use together are strong antecedents to the perceived usefulness construct of TAM. LMS ease of use alone has no impact on LMS usefulness. Motivation is impacted by combining organizational support, PEOU, load, anxiety, and PU. This indicates that faculties are not willing to engage in new teaching methods. Provision of resources and having a supportive environment, it is very important, as it would help them to reduce load, anxiety, and increase motivation that may increase use of LMS. LMS is also more used as an administrative tool rather than a teaching or a learning tool by the faculty. In my opinion, I believe that with the conclusions as stated in the paper, it is because based on the experimental analysis done, it can be seen that TAM provides a good relationship among the latent variables. PEOU is highly influenced by motivation, as shown in the previous slide, having the highest R square value. It also support influences motivation, and these factors help in LMS acceptance overall. LMS ease of use has no direct impact of LMS usefulness. The paper also shows that faculties are not willing to engage in new teaching method, since motivation is impacted by combining organizational support, PEOU, load, anxiety, and PU. To summarize, LMS is being used by faculties as more of an administrative tool rather than a teaching or learning tool, and resources and a supportive environment would help them to increase their motivation and engagement in using LMS information systems more. So the key factors on technology acceptance and user resistance and the application of them in my work or project are as follows. So the key factors are the lack of training resources for faculty members on how to use LMS tools to design courses, the lack of experience of instructors to use LMS for conducting discussion groups or using LMS for quizzes, less use of LMS due to personal factors such as motivation, anxiety, LMS perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use, and organizational support, as well as the performance and effort expectancy, which are also challenges of users to use LMS. Finally, computer anxiety, self-efficacy, and lack of prior experience are also the key factors for user resistance. To apply them in my or our project, which is Open Data Portal Information Systems project, there should be included personal factors such as motivation, anxiety, perceived usefulness of the information systems, and the perceived ease of use, and organizational support for using the information systems. In our case, the information system is the Open Data Portal dashboard. Providing training resources and organizational support and on how to use the portal, the Open Data Portal, decreasing computer anxiety and increasing motivation. These things would help users to use the Open Data Portal more effectively and increase its usefulness. And this is how the Open Data Portal dashboard, which are currently being done by us in our project, can also be used more by users everywhere and increase its use. Thank you very much. It was good presenting this project to everyone. I would like to specially thank our instructor, Professor Chutiporn, and our TA, Mr. Yunteng, for their support here. Thank you very much.